Good morning. It's Margaret Betty at the University of Sewing and it is Facebook Live. And Rachel's with me.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. We're here for Facebook Live. We got a lot of really cool things to talk to you about today. But first, I guess I should talk about our giveaway because I'm holding it in my hand right now. So if you are watching us on Facebook in the next 24 hours, which means until 9:30 a.m. tomorrow on Saturday, and you hit that share button, put in the comments that you shared it, you're going to be entered into our drawing. And we got a really cool drawing today. I have always loved this pattern. This is Written in the Stars. This is a pattern by Quiltachusetts. I think that it's so cool. It is considered an intermediate / confident beginner pattern.
Yeah,
that's what they think.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. I think that it's so neat. I love the play with the color changes with the black and white. I think you can really emphasize some really cute prints on here. And to go along with that, you know, if you're going to be using like your templates and stuff, of course you're going to need your Bernina brand pencil to go with it. Who doesn't love a really great pencil? Yes.
Okay. So we have so many things coming up, don't we? So many things.
I'm like bouncing. I'm so excited. This is so exciting.
She had too much coffee this morning.
I never
have. So, first off, you are formally invited to our open house on Thursday, March the 6th. Here in the shop, it is going to go from 5 until 7:30. We have live music. Aaron Will is going to play for us. He has an incredible voice. I think people are going to really enjoy him. We have the staff here. We are going to do, along with the live music, we're going to do our snacks and drinks and, of course, chocolate. You can't have a good party without chocolate. And there are going to be some phenomenal door prizes.
Amazing door prizes. I am like jealous of these door prizes. I was just like, can I enter to win a door
No,
prize?
you cannot.
I can't.
No,
I
you cannot.
want to though, because they're really good, you guys.
They are really good.
Oh.
And I want you guys to know we have some new things in our stock right now that are Bernina oriented. And if they don't know about it, let's go ahead and pull a couple things from over there.
So
they may not
so
realize we are having these available because you normally can't purchase these individually.
These are absolutely they're only going to be available
For a very short period of time.
Very short period of time. Ooh, because we have a limited stock in this. Look at this. I've already gotten one of these for my tree for next year. Look at this holiday ornament. It's a Bernina ornament for your Christmas tree, and this is it's like hefty. It's like a solid
it's a nice metal one. It's very beautiful,
really gorgeous.
How about a designer scarf
that is Bernina themed?
And we have the metal
tumbler.
I'll call it a tumbler. What do we call it on there?
Tumbler.
Yeah, there you go.
Stainless steel tumbler for hot or cold drinks.
And it has its own straw with it. How nice is
so
that?
If you've got cold drinks, you can put your straw in. Of course, mine would be filled with coffee.
And we'll just take the straw out for that. You don't want to have a straw with coffee.
It'll be a faster way of getting down, but I think I'd burn my esophagus.
No, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
We have these available in the shop.
And there's a few other things. There's some wonderful Bernina scissors. There is a really cool tote bag kit. These were all just available. Bernina put out a really pretty Christmas box of prizes. And when they did that, they sold them. And when it was a pretty hefty number for the big box of them. Especially since most people wanted just some of the things. Well, we have some of the things now available for you to buy individually. There's not a lot of them, but we do have, like in the case of the ornaments, we have 2 in stock. So if you want them, please get them right away. I don't want you to lose out on it. If you're interested in the tumbler, again, I believe there's only 2. So, and at at our quilt show, we are going to have a giveaway at the quilt show itself. And we're also going to give away 3 different door prizes at the open house.
And you're going to love them.
You're going to love them.
You're going to love them.
You're going to love them. And during the entire time of you guys coming in for the quilt show, we are also going to have a little giveaway that we give everybody who comes into the shop. So make sure you stop by the shop you're going to get a coupon for a purchase, but you will also get a free gift. So we want to make sure you know that you are invited to the Indiana Heritage Quilt Show. We will be at the quilt show. We're going to have 2 different booths, one exclusively about long arms.
That's going to be me. Come and see me. We're going to play on some long arms.
So if you haven't had an opportunity to play on any of the Bernina long arms, this will be a great opportunity. And I will be over at our other place with our beautiful 990 and some great machines, and it is going to be just so much fun. And if you've been at our booths in the past, we have our friend Lucy is joining us. She'll join us for that too. So I'm very excited. We're going to have some really cool things.
It's going to be so fun.
So
it's going to be so fun.
And I hear there's going to be the ability to get a free coupon. If they sign up at the quilt show, there's an ability for a free coupon to get money off of your long arm.
And there is. I heard that rumor as well.
Okay. So
that,
there's going to be
there
some
might
great...
be a box there. You just put your information into there,
and you can win.
And you could win some pretty a nice chunk of money off of your long arm. We're not going to like ruin any surprises or anything, but I think you're going to be pretty happy with it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is your opportunity to actually demo it in person. In the meantime, at the shop, the entire staff is going to be around, and Alice will be here for the 3 days. So if you have a question about embroidery, or you're wanting to know about one of the machines with embroidery, what does it do, what doesn't do, Alice is your lady to ask these questions of. So she will be able to answer the questions and, about software and all these different things. So we have been getting a lot of email questions recently.
My goodness.
It's been really neat. Thank you guys for
thank you for going onto our website, hitting that contact us page, and sending us inquiries. It's been I've been kind of blown away by it.
Yeah, it's been quite a few people. So okay, so right now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and show you a new addition to the Bernina family.
Oh my gosh!
So are you ready, Dave? All right, let's go.
We got to go for a walk now.
We do have to go for a walk. Take and show them. We've got it back in the Quilters
Here we
edition.
Go, the gorgeous white-faced Quilters edition L890. It is your cover stitch and serger combo machine. It is amazing.
Did you know that they get when they buy that, they get the kit?
If you purchase this, you get the special Bloom and Grow kit. This is an Amanda Murphy design. It's an entire quilt that's intended to be made with your serger. Yes, you can quilt with your serger.
And don't forget, folks, you are also going to get a free luggage and your quilting serger book. So the big book of serger quilting. I said it the opposite direction.
There we go. Big book of serger quilting. Because, so many people think that you can't, that quilters don't need sergers. Oh my gosh, quilters need sergers, you guys. They're amazing.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you, we are one of the lucky ones. We got this before anybody else, and so you guys are going to get to see it first here. Aaron and Dave got this all set up for us. Yesterday we got to play on it.
Did a little bit of playing already.
And we can show you some quilting that was already done on it. So this is really cute and clever. We've got a nice little bit of a little panel situation on here so that you can see it very easily.
So what are you looking at right now? You are looking at the new Bernina Hoop Frame. This is a brand new product from Bernina. It is only a 5-foot frame, so it's a 5-foot footprint. So you can put it in that spare bedroom that you have. You think you don't have room for a long arm, you have room for a long arm. It uses these really clever clips on the back so that you are actually able to quilt any size quilt on this. You guys, any size quilt, even though it's only a 5-foot footprint, you can, go nuts. Make a California king and stick it on your hoop frame. We have it with our Q16 on here. It's a really clever little system. So you've got this little strap. And that kind of shows you, this is how deep you can go with your quilting. So you know you have that kind of visual aid, which honestly, I need something like this for my long arm because I'm always hitting my front rails. I get into it, I don't pay attention, I smack into that front rail. And it's really wonderful. And of course, it's this heavy duty Bernina quality. It has these incredible ratchets on here. I don't want to click it because we're going to like really increase our tension. This incredible front ratcheting system to get your tension perfect and even. And I have to remember what hand I'm doing what with. There we go. And I'll just go ahead. I'm going to pull up our bobbin thread here, tie it off. There you go. So I'm all knotted up and ready. You guys ready? I don't even know what I'm going to start quilting here. Let's just start playing a little bit. And I'm going to show you just how smooth and sturdy this thing is right now. Let's go ahead. Let's just go for it. Look at it go. You see how smooth that is? You've got that wonderful Bernina quality to it. This is running perfectly smoothly. I'm not worried about anything right now. We're just going to do some fun little paisleys here. Just something that you can do. And look at that. And I can quilt my entire quilt. It is smooth, it's sturdy, it is not shaking all over on me, it's not going to rattle off my table. And you guys, you want to know the most incredible thing about this?
Yeah.
The most incredible thing about this is that this can be used with any domestic machine. They are going to have a conversion kit, which we're going to have.
We will have it before the quilt show.
Which we are going to have so that you can, they do recommend you put something with at least a 10-inch throat space on there.
Because
so
otherwise you're just not going to have a
otherwise you're going to be able to quilt like that much at a time. And we don't want you to get frustrated, quilting 4 inches. But they want you to put something with at least a 10-inch throat space on there. But any brand domestic machine you can actually use. And you can create amazing quilts in your spare bedroom.
Yes, it is really something else. It's very interesting. Now, if you decided to go ahead and get the Q16 on it, what's really nice is the Q16 can move on to a frame if you wanted to. And so if you at some point decided, well, I'm loving this way too much and I want the additional space, think about the fact that with Bernina, it's very easy to say, okay, I got the hoop frame. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to swap over to the bigger frame. That's a super easy thing for us to do. We'll trade in the hoop frame. We'll get you the bigger frame. You can do that. If you were thinking along those lines, Q16 Plus is a better choice because then you can get the automation with Q-matic.
I love that. I always say that one of the things I love about Bernina, especially with their long arms, is that you don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't have to completely get rid of, this machine that you use and you love it. We all form these emotional connections with our sewing machines. You can keep your sewing machine, your cue. You can keep the thing that you know are her little quirks and her little foibles, and you can just upgrade it to a bigger frame. You can always just upgrade and add on, and we'd love to do that for you. But in the meantime, do you think you might have some space for this so that you can do all of the big, wonderful projects that you have in your mind?
Now, what I would recommend is that when we talk to you about this, one of the things we would recommend is that you can get to the back of the frame.
Yes.
It would be helpful.
Walking around.
It would be helpful. I'm sure you've got lots of questions about it. We have most of the answers. We probably don't have every single answer, but we
did
have
just get it in.
Yes, but we will have most of the answers. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I also do really quickly want to show you because I know some people might be worried because you don't roll, so on a traditional frame you pin to leaders and you roll your quilt on there, and people might be worried well, how is this thing going to handle tension if I have the bigger piece? I want to show you guys these things. These are the little clips, so if you have your quilt hanging over the side here, you have to see just how tough these things are. Oh, did you hear that? These are on there. These are not going to shift around on you.
But I will point out, These will loosen up over time so
Those are
that they
tight.
won't be that hard. They're really, really new right now, okay?
Oh,
They
boy.
will.
Got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But I mean, your quilt's not going anywhere.
no, your quilt is not going anywhere. So I just want you to know that is, but what's really cool is I don't think anybody else in the state has one of these yet.
I don't think so either. It's really, we got very, very lucky. We got this ahead of time because we said, like, we've got this quilt show coming up and we'd love to show this.
And we got moved to the
Also,
front of the line.
yes.
It was very sweet.
Also, solid steel construction, that great Bernina construction, so that if this is, you know, you see the ones that are tabletop ones.
Okay, I have a
that
story about a tabletop
shake
one.
all over the place.
I have a story about a
I
tabletop
want to keep quilting.
one.
I got to stop.
No,
though.
you can't go do that. One of our customers came in and she had a tabletop version and she was using her sewing machine on it.
Oh God, I hate this story.
And she had the frame shifted on her and
Because
she hit the needle bar on the frame and it broke it.
Like badly,
Broke it.
completely.
Yeah, I
broken.
don't think she's
Oh.
going to get it replaced.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
So when you are thinking about what if you want a hoop frame like this, if you want something and you see these really inexpensive ones out there, I really want you to think about how are you going to secure that really inexpensive frame so that you don't damage your sewing machine, so you don't damage your quilt. You know, we put
Oh, yes.
hundreds of hours into these quilts. We put hundreds of dollars into our, you know, we put it into the frame that we purchased it, and then we go and then we do, and then it breaks your sewing machine.
Oh, I just heartbreaking. Just
And
heartbreaking.
so when we get the conversion kit and putting a sewing machine, we're going to show you that too, because as usual, Bernina is making sure that you are not going to do those kind of damaging kind of things to your sewing machine. And it is going to be a lot more, well, I mean, look at this, guys.
This thing
It's
is-
super secure. It's not
so
going
stable.
anywhere. It's got a wonderful metal caster system that you put a metal plate that you're going to put your machine on, or or just get a Q16.
Just get the Q16. And seriously,
It's
this
it's so much more room. Look at
price
how
point wise. Yeah.
look at how much. Oh, I'm gonna
There you
bring
go.
up that needle here. No, I
Let's
did
get
it.
that air. Oh,
No, don't do that.
I was just trying to raise your
No.
foot so you could move it.
No. So anyway, you can go back all the way to here. You can bring it forward all the way to here. Look at that. It's about 12 inches of space. And you won't have that with a sewing machine. This is going to be such a better experience for you. And look how low this can go.
I was gonna say, can we talk about the height that I am like really jealous of?
Oh my gosh.
Because I need such a short little machine.
For those of us who are not tall, this is amazing. You can really see what you're doing. You can really get in here and be able to do.
that thread so that we
So-
don't have it hanging down.
Well, it's designed so if you wanted to sit down, it
It
can even
is.
go lower.
You
It
could
is.
even sit
Now,
down
I'm
on this.
thinking like a stool more than a regular chair. But if you had a stool on wheels,
And
you
you want-
could
yeah.
totally do
And
that.
you
That
wanna
would be
do-
wonderful.
And I'm thinking like people who love to do like thread painting, that really, really detailed, so you're gonna be in one spot all the time. Yeah, sit down so that you can.
You
so
know,
you
I
can
think
really
that we
focus on that.
forget a lot of times that our sewing machines and our long arms could potentially be there to do so much more than just basic free motion quilting or just basic sewing on them. There is so much more we can do with them. And when you own a Bernina, the fact of the matter is that it goes into that other realm because these guys can sew through so much.
Oh my gosh.
And they're just such a good, dependable machine. Get it set up properly, know how to work it, and then you can just let your creativity fly. I was telling one of our customers the other day on the 990, I have never had so much fun sewing in 30 years. I've sewn professionally my whole life. I love to sew. And you guys know I love to sew. I've taught sewing since I was 25 years old. And so all these years I've been doing all this. And I've never had a machine that just made me feel like, oh, today I'm just going to do embroidery. Tomorrow I'm going to do thread painting. The next day I'll do some quilting. And the next day I will do free motion quilting. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't worry about changing anything. I don't worry. I mean, I've got all the tools I need to do the job. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. And then add a long arm into the mix. Oh, it's just the next level.
Oh my
so
gosh.
if you haven't added the long arm yet into your world, I want to point out to you, yes, we have the 5-foot frame, but what if you say, Margaret, even that's too big for my sewing space? Look at this beautiful, beautiful machine right here. Now, I will tell you, we offer some things that you may not be able to get other places. First of all, you get Rachel.
I was just about to say, oh, you guys want to come and play with me on these? You know, because
You get
know
Rachel.
I love my long arm. I love it so
And
much.
so we've got the wonderful ability to go ahead and do a sit down for you. And again, this machine has the ability to have the height go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And it is only going to take up, what is it, 45 inches?
I really should know those numbers.
I think it's
shouldn't I?
45
I think it's
inches.
something like
I think it's 45 inches.
But it's a nice big, it's got that nice big space so you can pile your quilt
It
all
is,
on it.
but I want to point out to people that it's not so large. This is basically a desk size. This is the
definitely.
size of a desk. And so if you are thinking that what you want to do is you want to be able to put this
here
in
we
a
go.
space.
Oh my gosh, Dave just grabbed us. Here we go. This is
Okay, 47. I was
47.
pretty
Is it
good.
47 that way too? I
No.
think it's square, isn't it?
No, it is not. It's
Oh,
only
no,
36.
It's only 36 that way. So yeah, you've got room for this. And you've got room for these beautiful, again, I say all the time, I say, if you've never sewn on a Bernina, especially if you've never sewn on a Bernina long arm, I want to show you something. This is something that when I demo the sit down model for people who are used to sewing, who are used to doing quilting on their domestic or even on other long arms, it always just blows their mind. So I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread. There we go. My bobbin thread is up. I'm going to do my knotting function. All right. Now, are you guys ready? Watch my foot on that foot pedal because you have 2 BSRs in every single Bernina long arm. You don't like the foot pedal is just the on-off button. So that's what I'm using it for. It's just my on-off button. Push it on and away we go. My foot is not on that pedal at all, but I can go slowly and my needle will slow down, or I can go quickly and my needle will speed up. I am not as good at the sit-down model as I am at the regular long arm. Look at it go, and you have total control over it. If you've never sewn on these Bernina long arms, you are really, really missing something.
You know what we were talking about this week, and I think you guys need to talk about it, is kind of the gateway part of this is that all the people that have BSRs in their sewing basket, but they don't use them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
that's such
goodness.
a shame because what they don't realize is that, you don't have to do a big quilt to do free motion quilting on your sewing machine. It can be for a table runner. It can be for goodness sakes, it can be for just a single block. It could be, those seed quilts that we have.
Oh, yes.
They're 24 by 30. Perfect size for doing on a domestic sewing machine. So if you've got let's say you have a 570 and you have a BSR. Did you know that you can put actually a BSR on a 475?
You can.
If you have a 475 and you don't have a BSR, it's amazing. It's so much fun.
Well, what about the people who tried it once and they weren't very good at it?
Well,
and then
I
the people
know
who tried it
somebody
twice.
Who
What do
teaches
they?
a great class. Where did she go?
She's hiding.
She's hiding.
She's hiding.
I know somebody who teaches a great class. that can tell you all about how to use that BSR. And oh, here she is right now.
BSR, one of my favorite topics.
So does this mean you just don't put it back in the drawer and forget about it?
No. That's the worst thing you could do. That's almost as bad as buying a serger and putting it in the closet and never taking it out of the box. Don't do
Oh my
that
gosh,
either.
so many people do that. They come and say, I just never use
You
it.
have this wonderful tool, and we offer regular classes on the BSR.
Yes.
And can you use the BSR with your ruler work?
You can. There's a couple different ways to do it, but we get to play with all of it in the BSR class that we have online on the website, universityofsewing.com. Check out the classes tab.
Now, there's a few people probably that don't have a BSR. Can they buy one afterwards if their machine is that compatible?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And how do you tell if your machine is compatible? Well, there is, can we turn around
Can
the
we turn
475?
Where is
Do we have a
Oh,
475?
yeah, it's right here. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Let's just
A
turn.
beautiful
So let's turn around the
475.
cave.
So look at the back of your sewing machine and see this. If you have a BSR little logo there and you have this plug-in, you have a BSR connector for your sewing machine. And the current models, what that means is you have 475, a 480, a 535, a 570, a 590, a 735, a 770, and a 790. All of those models actually, and of course, you don't have to do that
You don't have to
anymore
do
for
it
the
in the
990.
990.
It's built in.
Booted.
It's built in.
But you get one anyway.
You do get one anyway.
Oh, you still get a BSR with the
Yes,
990?
you do.
There's one in the machine.
Yes, you do.
And let's see. And by the way, for those of you who are intimidated by it, Denise, let's show everybody just how easy it is to install the BSR.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's just a foot, right?
it's just,
It's
a,
just
foot,
a foot,
guys.
So I got my number one foot. I'm lifting my lever.
She's
Take off my foot.
taking off the foot.
There's your regular presser foot. Just take it off like you would. And now this one, so simple. Do you usually plug it in first, or do you
I
stick
put
it
it on and
first?
then plug it in.
Yeah. So you just, I can't see. I'm trying to do it
It's
at a
off
funky
center.
angle. There we go.
Yeah,
there we
there
go.
you go.
So it does have to kind of tilt to the side.
And I'm
So you
here,
put it in like
so-
that, and then you plug it
And
into
then
the back of
all
your
you
machine.
have to do is plug that in. Now, notice I had to turn the little wire because
Yeah,
if
you
you
don't want it
try,
hanging down.
well, no, it's because there's a little block for it. You can't.
Ah.
You've got to make sure that it goes in this way, and then it just kind of sets in place
And when
properly.
you have it in completely, your machine will recognize it and
And
it
it'll
will
go,
pop up the BSR options for you. If you don't see those options, you just probably haven't plugged
Just
it
gotta
in all the way.
Squish it in
Yeah,
there,
and
right?
that's why I said make sure that you get and plug it in like kind of straight up and down initially.
Yep.
Because if you miss that, it won't go in all the way.
Yes.
So if you haven't tried this and you're thinking, well, but I don't really know how to do it. So that's why your class is here so that you
Yes.
can do it. How long is the class?
The class is an hour and a half long. So
Oh.
I teach you what the BSR 1 is, what the BSR 2 is. We talk about kind of sort of calibrating it to the way that you actually sew. And then you get to play with it. The idea is that you understand how to use it, you are comfortable using it, and then you go home and you get to play. That's my favorite part.
You know, a few
That's the
years
best
ago,
part.
Bernina had that fear no fabric. We might have to say, don't fear the BSR.
Don't fear no BSR.
no BSR.
Oh, no. Actually, just
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody quilts without a stitch regulator.
And there are people that do.
I know there are people
there
who
are
do.
there are crazy people,
Incredibly
but they-
talented
Yeah.
people.
I
who do
learned
it.
I learned how to do free motion before there was BSRs.
And those are the people that typically don't need the BSR.
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
like, nah,
interested
I
in
got
it.
it.
They're-
We can-
yeah,
we
they
can
got
do
it.
it.
But
But there's
for
a
the
manual
rest of us
setting.
mortals, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Well, but the other thing is, I want to point out that the other thing that is really incredible about all of this is to move into ruler work then is a pretty easy, natural thing.
yes, it
so,
is for sure.
So we also have the ruler work classes. And I want to make sure that people know
Yes.
about that. And I
Today
set
you're having
down
a
my,
ruler work
Yes.
class, yes.
and you're doing a panel
we are doing a panel. It's not this one, but it's similar.
similar.
Same ideas. And this is a panel. This is one of Amanda Murphy's panels. I think
Amanda
maybe it's
Murphy is
upside down.
wonderful because like her design, her fabric is designed to help you learn.
Yes, and we use her rulers with her panels, and it's a little bit like having training wheels. It's once you kind of get the secrets which are really not that secretive, you just kind of jump off and go for
We'll
it.
tell you all the secrets.
We will
don't
tell
actually
you all the
believe in saying,
secrets.
Like, well, I'm not going to tell everybody how I do it. Oh, I will tell you how I do everything.
Yes, and Rachel, I'm sure you have the same experience. You see your students and that light bulb goes off and they're going, oh my gosh, that
really
is the
fun.
best part
When
of
they,
a class.
yes, and when they start going, and it always happens that, you start off and people are doing their BSR for the first time, or people are doing their free motion quilting
Yes.
for the first time, and they're like, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. And then we actually all just kind of stand back and look, and everybody goes, oh, look at that.
Okay, guys.
Oh, sorry. We're getting,
We
we're
actually
getting the wrap it up signal.
Yes, we're getting the wrap it up signal because we just had customers
So
walk in.
exciting.
I want to point out a couple things. Rachel on Saturday is doing an organic free motion quilting class on the cues. So if you've already got a long arm, you want to see how this is done, you want somebody to help you, give you tips, Rachel is the perfect person to do this. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that. You saw her quilting on the long arm just a little bit ago. You will really enjoy this class. Also, Alice is doing a serger class with a woven placemat project class.
Oh, so
that
fun.
one is also on Saturday. There's only one spot in each of those classes left. I just wanted you guys to know we had a spot left in those classes. Also on Monday, we're doing the Bernina V9 software. If you've got Creator or if you've got the full version, you will really appreciate this. It'll be very helpful. Then the last thing that we've got going on that I want to make sure that people are really clear, know about. Rachel's doing a color theory class this week coming up. And so that one's really important. And Cheryl is bringing out a totally new thing. We're doing youth sewing classes. Those are going to be on Wednesday afternoons. They're at 4:15, so when the kiddos get out of school, it'll be a perfect time to bring them and have them join in this. This is a very small, there's only a few spaces in these because there's only so much room for the kids.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Cheryl wants to make sure that each kid gets the attention that they need so they can have success with their project. So we don't offer it for 20 kids at a time.
Right, and we want to make sure that you actually go on the class list and see what the prerequisites for that are. But it is going to be offered weekly on Wednesdays.
I love that.
So it's really, really fabulous. I mean, excuse me, not weekly. It looks like it's every other
Every
week.
other week.
Every
That makes
other
sense,
week.
yeah.
I apologize. I did get that wrong. And then finally, Garment Fridays. Don't forget about Garment Fridays. If you are thinking about garments, that is a really great way to get like lecture demo information, some tips and tricks, some things that are going to be really great for those of you who are dipping your toes into clothes.
Speaking of your garments, the quilter here in the group, well, you're all quilters, but is this something that you made here?
Oh, yes, actually this
So
is
pretty.
something that I've made. I made both my tank top, it's just a tank top, and my jacket today. And this is again, I need to spin.
Do the spin. Yes, do
I
the
actually
Which jacket pattern is this?
this is the Ikena 2 jacket.
And look how cute it looks in this
It's
is a
just a-
viscose or
Yeah.
so
Just something kind of light and shimmery. This is actually
yes.
I made this last summer for a bathing suit cover up. And I wear it all the time now. It's actually one of my favorite
love
little
that
like
style.
go-to toss on.
the jacket that I am wearing is one of Pamela's patterns.
Oh,
It
I
is
love
one of her
Pamela's
cardigans. And tomorrow I am going to have a couple of new pieces that I've just recently worked on. I'm going to show you guys a couple of jackets that I did. So
How fun.
none of these things are hard to do. The jacket that I am currently
This is
working
so
on,
easy.
I mean, honest to goodness, I couldn't believe how fast I
Wow.
put it together.
That's my kind of project.
Yeah.
This is one of our patterns, the cashmerette pattern from this shop. It is a white Italian lace knit.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
So
pretty.
yummy.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning for Facebook Live. Don't forget to enter into the drawing to win our prizes. We want to give you
Sit down.
things. So have a fabulous day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.